Welcome back to the Poop Cast.
Kia ora, everyone.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Abby.
We did it. We did our normal opening and then immediately addressed it. Welcome everybody. What a day to be alive. Abby is like cringing out at me because I've woken up with
So much energy.
extreme energy and Abby keeps yawning.
I know. I'm sleepy.
So we're on two different wavelengths, but I think by the end of the pod, we will both be really
Opposite.
tired. Oh yeah, we will have flipped. I'll have totally got rid of everything. Now, Abby and I, since the last episode, have both seen the drama. So this episode, it's not all going to be about the drama, but we are going to base a few of our fun things around
a few of our
fun things, one of our games around the drama. If you haven't seen it, sorry, spoilers, but that's not coming till the second half of the episode.
Yeah.
So
it's the last story.
yeah, so don't leave, okay? Don't leave. Today on the podcast, actually we've got heaps. We've got heaps of news. I'm going to talk about Iran and US and how the peace deals have basically collapsed. Then I'm going to talk about the fact that we have a new prime minister in Hungary and the other guy was such a fuckwit, so it's really good that he's gone. We've got the Artemis crew splashing down and Abby's actually fact-checked a few things.
From last episode, I have an
last
update
episode.
on the
Yeah.
Mars mission.
On the Mars mission that we're all so intrigued about. And then, Abby, I've got quite a sad story about emperor penguins.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So what have you got for us in pop culture land?
Well, we just had Coachella, Bieberchella.
Yeah, weekend
some
one.
updates from there.
My Bieberchella.
Yeah, I saw you post.
No,
about
I
that.
got like 2 texts about it too.
Ruby Rose has accused Katy Perry of sexual assault.
Insane headline.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the drama movie because it's just so good to unpack.
Yeah, I've actually been seeing lots of actual good film discourse
Yes,
about it for the
yes.
first time in a long time. It's not just people hating a movie or
Yeah.
loving a movie. It's like, let's unpack.
Yes.
But first, we're going to do what we do before every single podcast episode. We play our little card game called Shit Chat, where you get to know us a little bit better. This week, we're basing it on the drama, and this is not a spoiler. The question that they ask each other at dinner is, bum-ba-da-bum, what is the worst thing you've ever done? Such a good and fucked
It's a
up
scary question.
It's a scary question for us to be like, yes, we're going to ask each other in a very public
Why?
Why? Whose idea was this? Avatar?
It was. Because it's just so interesting.
What is the worst thing you've ever done?
Okay, I couldn't think of anything in my adult life, so thank God I'm a good person, guys. Don't worry. I actually couldn't think of anything. But when I was a teenager, different story.
What did you do?
So I don't know if this was like a worldwide website, but we had
www. I don't know if this was
World
a
Wide Web. But it was called Ask.fm in New Zealand, and it was huge in our high school, and it was actually, looking back, disgusting. It was like a anonymous Q&A, like you had a profile and people would ask you questions, but it was just like a bully forum. But our like colleges, our boys and girls colleges took it so seriously. Like it was like our social media for a bit, for like a good year. So we were probably like 16 when it was at the biggest. And I used it as social media to be like, who did you hang out with in the weekend, just to get the tea, but like, what did you do? What party did you go to? Blah, blah, blah. But one time I sent a mean message to someone and I feel so bad about it because I was just jealous of her because she was really pretty.
Oh, see,
It's so mean.
it is mean, but it's also like, you're a teenager. It's what everyone was doing.
And I never do that now, but
No way.
And I'll always think about it. Like, why did I do that?
Actually, I know something else bad that you've done.
What?
I'm not going to say it.
No,
on the
you
phone.
can't.
I'm
You
not
can't.
going to say it. But again, it was teenager. It was teenager stuff. Also, Abby used to be mean to her little sister, but we're not going to talk about that because her parents listen to the podcast and everything's fine.
Yeah,
it was just sisterly things.
It was sister bully.
Oh, okay.
What's the most thing you've ever done?
Okay, so I don't think I'm like that much of a good person. Like I think like I'm a fun person, I'm a happy person, and now that I'm an adult, like good's just a boring word to describe me. I am very like self-interested. To be a business owner, I think you have like, I want to get ahead.
Yeah.
But in my adult life, I haven't done that at the expense of other people.
No.
When I was a kid, it's another story. This isn't so much me wanting to get ahead. No, yes, actually, I've got a few things. One, in high school.
No, this is the worst thing.
Can I do two?
Can I say my two worst things?
Yeah, because this one's about me and my fucked up need to get ahead at the expense of other people.
Okay.
You guys all know Ruby, best friend, co-founder of Siska. Love her to death. I can't believe I'm admitting this on the podcast. When we were in high school, we had to create a dance, and we all, like a group of 8 of us, created this dance, and you were getting graded on it at the very end. So at the very end, and Ruby choreographed the whole thing. She was a dancer. She put it all together. I did have a big part. I played Justin Bieber, topical, dressed up as a boy. All the rest of them were girls. And that was always me. I was always the one that dressed up as the dude, but it was fine. Anyway, at the end of the, what do you call it? Like the
dance.
No, at the end of the, it was like we're being graded on it. Yeah, at the end of the
paper,
yeah, you could either all get excellence, which was the highest mark. No, 2 of you could get excellence, which was the highest mark, and the rest get lower marks, or you could decide to all get the same lower mark.
So it's like a group decision.
But then you anonymously say what you want. And so me and this girl teamed up, and we were like, yes, we're all going to get merit. We're all going to get the lower mark. Like, it's just fair.
So you told the team.
Don't
worry, guys, we're on your side.
And then me and this girl put forward excellence, because 2 of you could get excellence. And then the teacher fucking read out everyone's marks, and so we were the massive snakes.
That was a psychological study on teenage girls from your teacher.
Yeah. And so Ruby was so, because I didn't even need the excellence marks. I'd already passed that year with top marks. I didn't need it.
You were just a rat.
I was a fucking rat to my best friend. It still fucking haunts me. And then the other thing, I've done so many bad things in my younger life. Like, I used to do so much shit and blame it on my brothers, and for some reason my parents would believe that it wasn't me, the literal devil child.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they didn't believe, but it was just easier. Lucifer. The other thing I did, this is the first time I've ever felt guilt and remorse, I think.
Yeah.
I was in primary school, and me and my friends all had these matching sparkly dresses. And they were kind of like costumes, but they were cute. And then we decided that we would all go to the dance in these sparkly dresses. And then right before the dance, me, and I have to say, I think I was the ringleader, probably, definitely, got the other girls together and was like, we're not going to wear them, and just one girl's going to wear them.
Lucy, that is
no. And then she got there, so sad. Like, we were year 6, so what age were we? Like 9? Yeah. So sad. She walked in. She looked so pretty as well. We were all normal, laughing. And I saw her, like, leave.
That is
And then I felt so bad. I went home. I rung her mum. Like, I got on the landline, like, rung her mum to try and talk to her. Her mum was so angry at me, and I was so scared. And then the next day at school, I got separated. I got moved classrooms to be away from, like
Lucy is insane. She's getting booted.
No, like I was like a ringleader of bad shit.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. It was because like I was probably the one that like could have been bullied.
That you're like, not.
I was like, no, I need to get ahead of this. And it was so awful. And I literally think about it to this day. Me and this girl are now friends. She's like the cutest girl ever. So yeah, really not proud of it. And I do think like those 2 things where I felt guilt, remorse, shame, like it's good for a young person to have.
Oh, and everyone does stupid shit when they're kids.
Oh my God. I felt sick. But then I was like you, I couldn't think in my adult life of anything
neither.
bad that I'd done. And I don't know if that's because I would just back myself with anything I've done, even if it was like bad. Maybe I'd like
no, it's not.
tell myself that it's fine. But no.
Okay, don't dig a hole.
Okay, yeah, I have done some bad stuff. Like not bad, but like okay. Anyway, so speaking of actual bad stuff,
yes,
I am the least anti-Semitic person that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Let's talk about the news. First bad thing. Actually, there's one good thing in here. First bad thing, Abby. The Iran and US peace talks
yes,
are done. They all got fucked up and nothing good came out of them.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what happened. JD Vance announced on Sunday that negotiations in Islamabad have officially collapsed. I'm not really surprised because putting JD Vance at the head of negotiations is stupid. But anyway, here's what Iran actually wanted. They had 4 main demands. They wanted an end to Israeli strikes on Hezbollah. They wanted $6 billion in frozen assets unfrozen. So the US put sanctions on them and froze their assets. They wanted nuclear guarantees. So they wanted assurances that the US and Israel won't bomb their nuclear program, which is a big part of this whole war, as we've talked about before. And they also wanted something called Strait of Hormuz toll rights. So that is, we've talked about the strait a lot, but that's Iran saying that they want to charge every like oil tanker that passes through their waters. And that would make them a shit ton of money because over 20% of the world's oil goes through there. That's a lot of leverage. The US was like, no, we won't pay the toll rights.
Okay.
And then Trump has gone ahead and said we're actually going to blockade the entire Strait of Hormuz, which basically means he wants to shut down one of the most critical shipping lanes in the world, which is basically backwards to everything he wanted and has been wanting. And do you know who this all falls back on? The fucking consumer, because this is not going to mean fuel's going to get any cheaper or is going to get more expensive. The blockade is supposed to start. Well, we're recording this podcast on a Tuesday. It's meant to start soon. Who knows whether it will? But basically, negotiations failed. So.
I was going to say I don't think Trump knows how to negotiate. he just wants the upper hand throughout everything, but it can't work like that with all powerful men.
Oh yeah, I know. And so he essentially is now saying, "I didn't get my way, so we're going to fuck it up even more." So that's the update, kind of update, non-update really. But now I have a good update for you. Viktor Orban loses the Hungarian election. So did you hear about this, Avatar?
Yes, but I didn't look into it.
Because you knew that I would teach you.
Yes.
So this is news that is genuinely good. They've gone from a very far, far right person leading the country in Viktor to a still right person, but someone that is better. And actually quite a bit better, but he's still not entirely good. But I'm going to get into that. So Viktor Orban has been the Prime Minister of Hungary since 2010. He has spent the last 16 years dismantling democratic institutions, getting rid of press freedom, cozying up to Putin. He's basically seen as, instead of being pro-EU or pro-Europe, he's pro-Russia, which people in Hungary, obviously, no one wants that except for Donald Trump. Donald Trump loves this man. This man is pro-MAGA. He has openly called himself an illiberal Democrat, which is basically a phrase that means I love elections as long as I win them.
Right.
I actually was surprised that they didn't rig this election. He has stacked the courts. He's redrawn electoral boundaries to benefit his own party. He has been considered one of the architects of this whole like democratic backsliding that we have seen across Europe over the past 10 years. He is truly, truly awful. He banned Pride in Hungary. He's like super anti-LGBTQ rights. He essentially wanted nothing liberal in the country. He wanted Hungary to not be liberal.
Right.
As I said before, he's an ally of Trump. Days before the election, JD Vance actually went to Budapest and said he came over to help Orban. Donald Trump also repeatedly endorsed him. He just last week said that he vowed to bring US economic might to the country if Orban was re-elected. So it's actually amazing that Trump and JD Vance, I think them being part of Orban's like propaganda team would have hurt him more than it would have helped him. So his opponent, Peter Magyar, who actually used to be a former like Orban hype boy loyalist, but in 2024 there was a big scandal and Peter was like, no, okay, I'm going to start my own thing. He is pro-EU, pro-democracy, and he won in a landslide. So people in Hungary, nearly 80% of all eligible voters in Hungary turned out to vote, which is fucking huge.
That's amazing.
It's because they really wanted change, and it really is a like power to the people moment because they wanted change so bad. And even though they knew that this new guy, he's not amazing,
but it's in the right direction.
It's in the right direction, and you can't just have this super far right person and then have a really like leftist win. Like a really liberal person just wasn't going to win, but someone that's just slightly better could actually get the votes because you're getting those right-wing votes and the left. So I think a lot of people were like especially a lot of people on the left were kind of like, we don't want to vote for this guy, like, but we're kind of closing our eyes and voting for him because we know that this will make the country better. And so you probably saw the celebrations that were happening.
I did.
Looked like a revolution happened in Hungary overnight.
Cute.
It was amazing. What about the future health minister dancing?
Yeah,
though?
what was that about? Everyone was clapping on stage, professional, and he's doing like break dance.
He's like doing like the stand-up worm and shit.
Yeah.
But it was just like we haven't seen hope like that, I think, in a long time.
Yeah.
So at least, you know, Orban's, I don't want to say he's gone, he's going. I don't know if he's going to let go of power that easy.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when Trump didn't win the election, he wanted a riot, he incited a riot, and then he actually came back as president. I'm hoping that there's a smooth transition.
Yeah, hopefully.
Watch this space.
Watch his face.
But
let's cross our fingers.
yeah, but congrats. Oh, and did you see all the Hungarian people in the Siska comments being oh my God, that was so cute.
Oh,
like,
cute.
they were just, first of all, they were like, oh my God, Hungary on shit you should care about. Like, I was like, I'm so happy to be posting a good thing about your country. Like, but they were
really
all,
cute.
it was really heartening to see.
That's so sweet.
The next thing, we do have a few good stories actually.
Yeah.
The Artemis crew splashed down from space.
Literally splash.
Literally splashed. They brought a lot of hope to that country.
Yeah.
That country,
the
the United
whole
States.
Artemis crew, like the media around it has been so cute.
Give us the
It's
doco.
been making me cry.
Yeah, Abby has been watching and crying, but it
yes,
is
I
just,
can't stop.
it is really, really like I was going to say otherworldly, duh.
Literally.
Like, but it just, there's something about it. It's like the world, it's like when Harry brought his album back. It was, Harry announced his new album. It was like, the world needed this. This
world is
space
healing.
mission.
Yeah.
I feel sad for them having to land back here and be like, oh,
Like,
it's still crap.
Ew, awesome.
But anyway, so these guys, they went to the moon. Well, they went around the moon, hopefully because we want to put a, what did we say? A dairy or a gas
dairy.
station on the
Yeah.
moon, a pit stop on the way to Mars. Because then last week, Abby said to us, all, yeah, and Lucy, people are going to Mars. And I said, can you please look that up and bring it back
And I
next
did,
week?
and I found everything and I wasn't lying.
Okay,
so I
tell
remember
us.
all of this.
Okay.
So there was a small Dutch firm called Mars One that planned to land the first humans on Mars and
Yes.
leave them there to establish a permanent human
Leave them there.
colony. Like they were literally like, we're going to colonize Mars.
Okay.
So the original concept was to launch a human crew of 4 in 2024 and then 1 in 2026, which would not return to Earth. So like just take a bunch of people over.
Scared.
It was criticised by scientists, engineers, people in the aerospace industry. They basically said Mars One was short on funding, lacking critical concepts about the hardware, the life support, like everything.
It feels like some like Elon Musk
Yes.
It's just like, I don't know why we haven't done this. Let's put people on.
But they did this whole media like thing around
Campaign.
it. Yeah, they were basically like, we're doing it,
And
guys.
it got to you.
It got to me, and I remember seeing all the media about it. So there was going to be a full documentary TV show that would help fund it, and the Mars One.
I'm kind of into that.
I would watch it, yeah. Mars One said Big Brother will pale in comparison. The whole world will be watching, which, they would have.
Yes.
But then, despite the criticism and lack of funding, about 200,000 people applied for the one-way ticket to Mars, and they were going to take 50 men and 50 women. They found finalists for this. And you can go on YouTube and you can see there was all these interviews, and this is what I remember seeing the interviews, and I was like, why the fuck would this American woman with 2 kids, but she's going to leave them and go to, there was most crazy press around it.
I've got questions for you.
What?
Okay.
Would I go to Mars?
No. What kind of people are going for, do you think, the one-way ticket to Mars?
I saw there's this YouTube mini documentary.
Yeah.
This Australian dude looked into this more, and he interviewed one of the Australian someone that applied, and it's just this guy that's like, I think I can do better. My time is done here on Earth. I think I can do better on they're just these
people
Delulu people
that feel like they failed on Earth.
Yes,
because I was literally thinking, it's giving Harry Styles and Don't Worry Darling, his character, the incel one, that's Earth hasn't been right for me. And I was like, okay, so these are the kind of people that we want to start a whole new population up there.
No. Poor Mars.
Mars. Protect her.
They kept pushing back the timeline of all the experiments. They failed to get enough funding because obviously they were just they sounded like dumbasses.
Yeah.
And then in 2019, Mars One was declared bankrupt and the company has been dissolved.
Well, because I'm also I feel like funding is the least of your problems. You have to figure out how to get a rocket to Mars and build.
And they didn't have the enough technology for it anyway. All the actual astronauts and scientists, engineers, they were all science.
Oh, maybe exchange. It sounds like you're saying Zionists.
Okay, all of the aerospace engineers and professionals were like, hey, this is not going to work. They said that humans would only last 68 days on Mars with Mars One's plans.
Honestly, and this might be controversial, but with all the information, if those applicants still wanted to go, knowing that they only could last 68 days and blah, 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 let them.
Yeah. The Australian one, the Australian applicant dude was like, and even if we blew up on the tarmac, we would have succeeded. And I was like, brother,
Succeeded?
What? Succeeded in what?
Yeah, it's literally a death wish.
What do you mean?
Oh, my God. Okay, well, thank you so much for bringing that.
Yeah, because it was so funny to look up again.
It's really interesting.
You can go on YouTube and watch applicants' videos in their home with their NASA printouts of rockets in the back. Please let me go to Mars. Please let me go to Mars.
Why is Abby's boyfriend going to do this? Why is Jordy?
I would not.
No, you two going to Mars and starting the whole population. Oh, my God.
No, thank you.
Oh, well, speaking of starting a new population, can we talk about one that's actually ending? That's sad. That was a really sad segue. Yeah. Emperor penguins are now endangered, everybody. Emperor penguins actually and fur seals, a type of fur seal. But I'm going to speak on the penguins today for the penguins because they can't speak on themselves. In very few words, it's due to a mass drowning of the chicks because the ice is melting.
So the babies are dying. Oh, cool.
So yes, emperor penguins have officially been listed as endangered. Climate scientists have actually been warning about this for years. But I'm going to go into a little bit about why, because it's not actually that hard to understand why, and it's all our fault. Emperor penguins breed on sea ice, and obviously they need stable sea ice to raise their chicks. They lay their eggs on the ice, the chicks grow up on the ice, and then they become grown-up emperor penguins. So the Antarctic sea ice is shrinking and melting because of climate change. So there is just genuinely less and less and less habitat for them. A 2022 study found that at the current rates of warming, more than 90% of emperor penguin colonies could be quasi-extinct, so like nearly extinct by the end of the century. More than 90%.
Oh my God.
So that means the colonies still technically exist, but they can't sustain themselves anymore. So emperor penguins are what scientists call an indicator species, which means that their decline is like a huge, I mean, we have enough of these, but a huge warning sign about the broader health of the entire Antarctic ecosystem. When the penguins are struggling, that means a lot of other things are struggling too.
Oh, everything.
Yeah. And
everything is melting.
Yeah. And it's our fucking fault.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It is not the individual's fault. It is the corporation's fault. But still, there are things we can do. The only thing that will really, though, help this is like aggressive emissions reduction, which I feel like we have maybe been saying for 30 years now.
Yep.
There's no like Band-Aid fix. There's nothing that can actually protect these emperor penguins because like the ice loss is not, I mean, unless we have scientists that, and I'm sure they can actually do this, you know how scientists can create rain and create things like this, like they could, I don't know.
Make
I'm not
some
fucking,
icebergs.
yeah, fucking scientists, but I feel like, okay, instead of going to Mars, let's focus on making more icebergs.
Helping the penguins.
But it's so hard because it's like the literal globe is warming. So even if you make the icebergs, they're going to melt. Anyway, we sound like fucking idiots. But so this is actually the only thing that will fix this is reducing our emissions and taking global warming like incredibly seriously. And unless the like entire leadership of all the big corporations and all countries changes, I hate to say it, not feeling hopeful. If we lose emperor penguins, that's actually fucked up. Like, how can we be out here like loving penguins so much, making all these movies about penguins, all these documentaries about penguins, blah, blah, blah. We're letting them die.
Yeah.
It's actually fucked.
Yeah, but they don't care. The men in suits don't give a fuck.
They don't. And the penguins in suits are dying.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Anyway, Abby, give us something light. We need something light. What are you going to talk about?
Let's get into pop culture.
Pop culture. Okay.
Okay, so we've just had Bieberchella, which Lucy watched. It was Justin Bieber headline Coachella.
I went upstairs. Everyone was watching a movie. I said,
We're watching Shrek 2.
Great. I mean,
Yes.
if there's one thing that could tear me either way, it's
Justin Bieber Shrek 2.
yeah. It's like two childhood loves
Yeah.
of mine.
So he headlined Coachella, but he did a very different set that has been divided, like
Total divide.
total divides on if people like it or not. So he basically there was no set design. It was just him, a desk, a laptop.
And then like kind of, so we were talking about the moon, like he was kind of like in a crater thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, and I hate to bring this man up on the podcast, but you know Kanye West's set design, like the minimal, I don't know if you've seen any of his recent stuff, but like very minimal and like ghostly looking and dark.
Yeah.
And like
Yes.
yeah, just minimal.
Minimalistic. And he dedicated a section to his old songs and sitting on the laptop, going through YouTube, going through his old covers.
This was
memes.
the best. I know the internet is so divided and like I understand both sides. The first thing I'll say is, so Justin Bieber sitting and being live on YouTube with his old stuff in the background on a big projector, it was giving Siska live show. Yeah. I literally text my brother because my brother knew that I would love this.
Yeah.
I love anything that brings the internet and the real life together.
Yeah.
So my brother texted me like, "Are you watching Bieberchella? This is fucking dope." And I was like, "Yes," because he also knows that like I used to watch all those videos.
Yeah.
Were you a big Bieber believer?
I was at the very start,
Same.
like the first album.
I think it's because
But
he
then
was
dropped off.
the OG pop star, boy pop star for us.
Yes.
Or for everyone.
And then there was like, and it was the story behind it that they really like drove into his like whole campaign was like, he's just a boy.
And he was discovered by Usher. And but it kind of was. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that wasn't really fabricated.
No. It was just like
like
they used
Yeah.
that as part of his like coming up
Yeah.
in the industry.
But I actually had tears in my eyes while I was watching this because watching, first of all, how happy he was.
Yeah.
Probably helped with drugs, I reckon.
Yeah.
But also, like, that man kind of been through the ringer.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really liked is, and I wrote about this in the newsletter, you know how celebrities can kind of be self-deprecating to their younger selves and be
Yeah.
like, oh, look at my hair, or oh my
Yeah.
God, what was I singing about? Why was I
Yeah.
singing about that back then? He didn't do any of that. He just like smiled at his younger self and like sang to his younger self, harmonized with his younger self. And this is not a hot take at all, but this was a set for the fans. Every single Justin Bieber
Yes.
fan that I saw loved it so much.
Yeah, like they've said, if you didn't get it, it wasn't for you.
Yeah,
So,
it was really the
yeah.
girls that get it.
Yeah.
But then maybe, Abby, you want to talk about the other half of the internet?
Well, yeah, everyone is saying it's like if you have a space on Coachella, you're headlining Coachella, you should be going all out, especially because women performers have, like, if Sabrina Carpenter sat down on a laptop with no set design, it would be like, what the fuck? She's like taking this as a joke, blah, blah, blah. So people are like comparing
Yeah.
different contexts together, which I understand. Like I see both sides.
I think the Sabrina Carpenter comparison's like not quite the same because Justin Bieber, like, he's going through an entire life.
Yeah,
He has an entire
yeah.
life. And this, like, was the set, I think. But I think comparing it to women performers is a good take.
Yeah.
Like, or just like, you know, people saying he got paid $10 million and that's more than Beyonce got paid. And Beyonce
See, that's
made
insane.
But and again, I wrote about this in the newsletter. If you want a spectacle, you're at Coachella, everything is a spectacle. You can find a spectacle. This was something for the fans. I think because I really like when artists pay service to the fans,
Yeah,
only as
yeah.
a personal, like, any of the people that I love could sit up there and do a retrospective like Justin Bieber did and like
And
go on
you'd
YouTube
like
and do
it,
that.
yeah.
And I would think that was awesome. But
Yes.
that's because that's what I like.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe if you did this at his concert, that would
Yeah.
be like amazing. But because it was Coachella, people were like,
Yeah.
this is like the set of all sets that
Yeah.
you're meant to like go out. Well, not meant to. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want, but people were expecting more.
He did it for him.
Yeah.
Like, which was nice. He did it for him and
Yeah.
his fans. And yeah, I find it really hard to be like, because I understand where the other side is coming from, but I
Yes.
can't relate to it at all, only because it was like this was tailored to me.
Yes.
This set, because I love the internet. I love bringing it into
Yeah.
public places, but I totally get if you wanted to go there and shake ass and like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Like I saw someone saying when Rihanna did Super Bowl, she was pregnant and she wasn't dancing as much because she was pregnant. Everyone was like, why didn't she dance very much? Like she was doing the bare minimum.
Facts.
So it's kind of like Justin Bieber, a
Yeah.
male performer, does
Yeah.
like nothing and everyone's like, yes.
Yeah. But then if
So I
Frank
guess-
Ocean did what Justin Bieber did,
Yeah.
I think you would feel like you loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess it's like context and who's watching.
Yeah, but
There's
yeah.
just a big divide.
I thought it
which
was
is really
like,
interesting.
I really liked that it brought up conversation. But when I posted, I thought, I didn't even think of the other side of the story. I thought
Yeah.
that every single person would be gagged in the way that I was by
Yeah.
this. And I posted something about it, went to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, loved it so much, texting my brother, texting Tiana, our friend who
Yeah.
also loves like throwbacks and stuff. And I thought everyone loved it
Yeah.
so much.
You're like, oh.
And then I woke up in the morning and all the comments were like, he really did that $10 million for that? I was like,
Oh.
but then, okay, like he also did perform like this wasn't his whole set and he did bring people out and he performed around it and like his voice is sounding amazing. It was amazing. I think if he had done full versions of each of the throwback songs, because he only did little
Yes.
snippets, where people could fully get into it and dance.
Yeah,
and,
that would have been so.
I think people would have been more like with it.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I didn't really care for it. Like
Yeah.
because I'm not into Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I don't like any of his new music. I only like his like first two albums,
Yeah.
which was so iconic. And I guess sometimes it's kind of like, okay, well, he's been through some shit, but so is like every other celebrity. So I don't really like, I'm not like
But did you think that
sympathetic towards him.
Yeah, but did you think the stage set up, like, did you think that was cool or interesting, or did you think you wished like it would have been better if you just
I
did
think it would be better to do more.
like just a proper concert?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
For Coachella.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get that, but I like to force you to actually hear your opinions sometimes because otherwise it's just me going, blah, 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 I loved it. I could tell you don't like it.
Well, yeah, I didn't care for it kind
Yeah.
of thing. But then Sabrina Carpenter was also at Coachella and
She
had a
was.
really awkward exchange with a fan. So she was about to start a song. She was sitting on her piano and a fan in the crowd was doing a celebratory cultural call. And Sabrina, obviously she's on stage. She couldn't really hear or
Yes.
see properly, but she heard it and she was like, I think I heard someone yodel. Is that what you're doing? I don't like it. And then the fan said, it's my culture. Sabrina said, that's your culture, is yodeling. The fan said, it's a call of celebration. Sabrina said, is this Burning Man? What's going on? This is weird. And basically the celebratory call is called sagruta, which is a traditional Arabic expression of joy and celebration, commonly used at weddings and parties. And it's like I listened to it, it's a really cool call.
Yeah.
It's not a yodel.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a yodel,
wonder what she
but
was
she just
hearing.
must have
Yeah.
been so like, it's too loud. Like
Yeah.
she's got her earpieces in, blah, blah, blah. But of course, the internet turned this into a huge political cancelable moment.
No.
And someone tweeted saying, Sabrina saying that she doesn't like a cultural Arabic chair. This is so insensitive and Islamophobic.
Oh, God.
I'm very, very disappointed in her. So she quoted it and said, my apologies. I didn't see this person with my eyes, couldn't hear clearly. My reaction was pure confusion, sarcasm, and not ill-intended. Could have handled it better. Now I know what a zagruta is. I will welcome all cheers and yodels from here on out. So it was like a really awkward moment, but it got blown out of proportion on TikTok and especially X, which I never go on, but I went on. And when I do,
There's only bad things.
X is horrible.
X is horrible. What is horrible?
Actually, people are delusional on there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm glad that it's kind of less mainstream now. And
Yes.
like,
yeah.
yeah, I saw this happen and like I at the start felt actually no, maybe I still do. I don't know, a bit bad for Sabrina because like she is a very sarcastic person and those like sarcasm plus trying to be culturally sensitive like does not work well together.
Yeah.
Like she obviously her intention was obviously not for this to happen.
Yeah.
But she has to be very careful, like, as a white woman with a platform, like, it is actually your job to make sure you don't do shit like this.
Yeah.
Because, like, white people always get the platforms. And if you want to be a good white person with a platform, you kind of make sure shit like this
you have to be
doesn't
careful.
happen.
Yeah, I think because the person said it's my culture and then she was like, it's your culture.
Like, Sabrina,
Like obviously
no.
she was trying to make it light of it or
Yes.
somehow, but she didn't really realise the depth of like the actual call, the reason behind the call. And
But then
yes.
what I hope
So-
doesn't happen is like, because a big part of her just whole like shtick is interactions like that and audience things like that. And the more we cancel people for this kind of stuff happening, the less celebrities like lean into any fun stuff. Like
Yeah.
she will not, she'll sit on her piano next time and not talk to the crowd,
Yeah.
you know, or
Yeah.
not. She'll hear something strange and instead of being herself and making something funny or whatever, she's not going to do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's for the best. But the other thing is, like, as we were just talking about Justin Bieber and Sabrina, she did put on a really amazing set, do lots of performance, like outfit change, performance, blah, blah, blah. That all has been overshadowed by this
Yeah,
one
I
moment.
know, which is really sad.
So anyway, just a lot to unpack, but she
Yes.
should not have doubled down and said, that's weird.
yeah.
Sabrina, no, your job as a white woman is to not do that. Eek. I've actually got a few more comments just from Coachella.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton and Kim Kardashian, they were there together. Still fake.
Did you see someone tweeted saying
Lewis Capaldi.
Lewis Capaldi and Kim Kardashian, like
And he said,
flirting in the crowd, and he said, "This is an invasion of our privacy."
such a violation.
I love him.
He
He's
is
so
funny.
cute.
Anyway, I just wanted to note that that is still a fake relationship. That is in my head.
On the record.
On the record, she is his beard. She needs relevancy. Next, Jacob Elordi and Kendall Jenner making out.
Oh yeah, we're at the after party. We've heard rumours.
We've heard rumours. We've seen online. We don't have it.
Sorry, heard. No one's told me that.
No one's told us that.
Told me.
But I saw a funny tweet that was like Kendall Jenner being able to tell her kids she had Harry Styles, Bad Bunny, and then now fucking Jacob
The holy
Elordi.
trifecta.
Yeah. How do you feel about this as a Jacob Elordi head? Jealous?
Kind of. No, it makes sense
Yeah.
because he's up in there, like
He's
in
up
that.
in there.
In that.
He's
Hang
up
on,
in there.
wait. He's up in those
Yeah.
circles now,
I know.
and yeah, it just makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Well, personally, I've been rooting for Jacob Elordi to find out Abby exists and give her a shot, but
What? I've been deeming
she's
her.
been off sister. Imagine Abby's, hey, so you in season 3 of Euphoria?
Okay, and my second to last story is Ruby Rose just last night has accused Katy Perry of sexual assault. Did you see this?
Okay, I only saw the headline and I just thought, where the fuck did this come from? So what's the
Okay,
story?
so Complex Music posted on Threads about Katy Perry reacting to Justin Bieber's Coachella set. Like it was just like an article kind of post. Ruby Rose replied, Katy Perry sexually assaulted me at Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne. Who gives a shit what she thinks? Which is just so loaded to do a reply to a random.
That is so...
But she's speaking about it.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so she basically described the sexual assault.
And it's really
then-
fucked up. We're not going
yeah.
to read it on here, but it's not good,
Yeah.
allegedly.
But then she said later, she, meaning Katy Perry, agreed to help me get my US visa, so I kept it a secret. But I did tell y'all she wasn't a good person. Instead, I got attacked by everyone. I was only in my early 20s. I'm now 40. It's taken almost 2 decades to say this publicly, though I'm so grateful to have made it long enough to find my voice. It just shows how much of an impact trauma and sexual assault takes. Thank you for seeing me. And then lots of people were like questioning her and not believing her, being like, why, like giving
why-
her shit for it, basically. But yeah, that's all come out overnight.
Wow.
And
has there been any response from Katy Perry?
not as of yet.
Okay. Well, updating story.
Yeah, very
That's-
intense to come out.
Well, first of all, like it feels to come out on Threads and say this feels reactive. Like a lot must have happened in the background where it just like this was the final straw for Ruby Rose to
yeah.
be like, okay, we
Because
need
Katy
to...
Perry's still so relevant. She's
Yeah.
like, well, actually,
Yeah, like
she's got this horrible past that I'm.
and it feels like very trauma informed,
Yes.
you know, to be like, okay, I have to say it all now
Yeah.
and on this platform. This will be interesting. I mean, I wonder how Katy Perry is going to respond to this. I think
Or
it
if she
deserves
will.
it
Yeah,
deserves
yeah,
a response for sure,
100%.
whether it will be public or
Yeah.
private.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sad.
I
It's
know.
fucking yeah. I don't advise people to read the threads because that you go read articles about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
the full stuff is like kind of content warning.
Yeah.
on everything.
Yes. So that's a crazy story that came. out.
Just overnight.
Yeah. We'll see.
Speaking of crazy,
The drama.
the drama.
We both saw the drama separately. Wow, we didn't do something together for
I
once.
know. And then Abby didn't tell me about, except for she told me that she liked it.
Yes. Oh, by the
because-
way, this will be spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
So before you go, subscribe to the Shit You Care About newsletter on Substack.
Come join the book club.
Join the book club and buy Lucy's book, Make It Make Sense.
Oh, thank you. Abby. That's my girl.
For those of you who have seen the drama or want the spoilers,
Yeah.
we're just going to deep dive a
We're
little
going
bit.
to deep dive it.
Yeah.
So Abby went and saw it and told me that she fucking loved it. And it's funny because the first wave of like critics that got to see it early all said that it was bad.
Yeah, I
And now
know.
everyone loves it. So I'm like, okay, we actually need to trust normal people over this. I think.
Yeah, because it's so
It's
good.
fucking good. I loved it. I totally understood Abby's love for Robert Pattinson after seeing it.
Him and Zendaya together, like acting together, is such a good casting.
So did you know that Zendaya sought out this role? Like she saw the script. They didn't write it with her in mind. They actually didn't write it with a black woman in mind.
Yeah.
It added a whole new layer.
Wow.
Zendaya read the script. She wanted it. And so she went
She's
for it.
iconic.
Yeah, I know. She really thought it was cool. So
And she was amazing.
Oh,
I love her so much.
this movie is the funniest fucking movie
It's
I've seen in a
so
long
funny.
time.
People have been like, if you laughed in this movie, you're like insensitive.
Well,
It's
people
it's a
think
dark
so.
comedy. It's so funny.
And it's so A24.
Yeah.
Because me and Abby, you might remember when we went to South by Southwest, we saw Margot's Got Money Troubles, and the humour in that was so like American and so obvious that it kind of wasn't that funny to me and Abby. But this movie was humour that works because it's not
dark and dry.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good. Like the part when the wedding photographer's saying she's going to shoot their family members. We're going to shoot your mum. You shoot your dad. Parents shooting
No.
TBD. And then when Robert Pattinson's character Charlie has the nightmare montage walking around with
Young Emma.
young Emma, like the angsty teenage Emma with the guns. Like it is so funny.
No, for me it was when young Emma was making like her home videos and she was pulling the finger and all of like that's what my little brothers and shit used to do, just like filming the trees and pulling the finger. And then the little moments like the lady from Succession who's the wedding photographer.
Yes.
And she's like, what do you love about each other? And Robert Pattinson's like, empathy, blah, blah, empathy. And she goes, double empathy. That's good.
That's good, yeah.
It's just like,
Now you and Ben keep saying
double empathy. That's good. Because it's just the little things.
That's so funny.
No, okay, but can we agree, Abby, that her friend, played by Alana Rachel,
yeah.
she is the villain.
Yeah, she's
The
crazy.
worst. She locked a boy who she described as slow in the fucking cupboard in a
In a
trailer,
bus.
caravan,
In a bus.
in the woods, in the middle of nowhere.
And then the police came to her house and said, do you know where
Yeah.
this boy is? And she said, no.
Yeah. So is
And then people have picked up, I need to double check this, but people have picked up that when they first ask her if he was found safe, she says, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
she
then
does.
she says later on, yeah, the police found him.
Yeah, she
So
does.
then it's like, we don't know. He could be dead.
He could be dead.
He
Or
could have
the
never
fact
been
that she
found.
never had the want to follow up on it.
Yeah, she's a bad person.
She's the worst because, is it worse to act on this idea, act on this urge that she had to lock the boy in the room, or think about doing something that's way worse, like a mass school shooting? Is it worse to do it or not do
Well,
it?
I feel like you can't even answer that.
I feel like Robert Pattinson's, and this is just personal, Charlie's response to Emma
Yeah.
was way blown out of proportion.
But it was literally like 4 days before their wedding.
I know.
And I think his response was perfect. If it was like 6 months before a wedding, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
It was literally the week of the wedding. He's about to get married to someone that didn't tell him she was going to be a school shooter.
No.
Like, that's an insane thing to learn
drop.
before. Yeah. I think
about-
his response was perfect.
Yeah, because for me, I'm like, yeah, actually, I agree with you. I agree with you that the timing of the wedding is actually the crucial thing here. What about her then accidentally becoming a gun rights activist? Because she threw away the gun and the dad thought.
But then you see that's when she finds community is with the activist because she's like, oh. And then Charlie asks her, don't you feel so much guilt for that because you were literally the person that they're like,
Yeah, scared of.
they're scared of. But then she said, no, it made me wake up from a bad dream.
Yeah. Which is why okay, rehabilitation for incels. No. No. This is why the whole time I was trying to figure out how I would react if I had a partner that in high school thought about this and then now we're in our mid-30s and hypothetically I'm going off Charlie and Emma. Charlie and Emma.
We know Charlie and Emma.
Charlie and Emma.
Hey, Charlie and Emma.
how would I feel? And I think you're like, if she had shown like that she had healed and there was no red flags the whole time they'd known each other.
No, okay, imagine me and Geordie are about to get married.
Yeah.
4 days till the wedding, Geordie tells me, by the way, I was going to shoot up Marlborough Boys.
Yeah.
I planned it and I had a gun. Like, I'm not acting normal.
I know,
am about
but
to
I
blow.
think you would be able to forgive if they had shown that they had no, like you've known him.
But I think it's also a huge part is because she didn't tell him. Like
Yeah.
she didn't like not even the fact she didn't do it.
Yeah.
She didn't tell him
I know.
at all.
And I don't think I would because she didn't do anything. All she did was think about it.
Yeah, but no, she planned and she was like, what she's at Sally's first. Like
I
she had
know.
Victor
And
like
the only reason she didn't do it was because someone got there first. But
Yeah.
I know. I think I have the wrong brain. Like I'm wrong. I'm obviously wrong, but I'm just saying what I think. Like I would be able to, if they had shown, because I think I'm so like people change and
Yeah,
you
same,
can rehabilitate
same.
yourself. I think like if I didn't know them in high school, right? If it was the exact situation from the drama,
yeah.
and if I was dating a woman, like if it was a man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, different.
No second chances.
Yeah, if you're
Done.
a man, no second chances. Men do enough bad shit. Say if I was dating a woman, or say I'm Charlie,
Yeah.
and she's the whole time we've been together, been totally great, blah blah blah. Not 4 days before the wedding, but in 6 months we could get married because I'm like, what? She's not allowed to live a normal life because one time when she was a teenager, she nearly did something and then she healed from it.
But then, yeah.
Like, do people just?
Yes, no, I agree.
Yeah.
But also, I can't even fathom though.
I
'Cause
know.
You'd be like, why didn't you fucking say anything?
Yeah, I know. This should have come up early, but also I think if I was Emma, I definitely am the devil's advocate.
I mean,
right
no,
now.
there's so many layers to it because then people are all like, Charlie comes from obviously a very wealthy family. They've both in really good careers. Like,
Yeah.
they're in this like perfect bubble. Why would she talk about it? Like, she's changed. She's like
Yeah.
a new person. Why would she bring it up? Like, there's so many layers to this movie. It's like, oh,
I know. I do think like if you're so deep with your significant other that you're getting married, you should have told them.
yeah, yeah.
If like you trust them and you love them and you want to spend the rest of your life with them, you should. It would have been so much better if she'd sat down with him. And,
Yes.
you know. Obviously that wasn't the point of the movie, but I still think Rachel was the worst person in the whole movie
Lots of people are saying that.
because she
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
She did something that's fucking god awful, and then she went and made everyone else feel bad about their things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated her so much. I literally
God, it's a
hated
good
her.
movie though, the way she was like staring at
Oh god.
Emma through the wedding.
But also, her saying that I thought, like doing the speech and then saying, Emma, I wondered why you didn't have any friends. Or like, like being like, you asked me, and I was like, doesn't she have any friends? I was thinking, yeah, but that's obviously something Emma has struggled with since high school. She can't make friends.
Yeah.
It was such a good movie.
Yeah, there's just so much to dissect, actually.
Yeah, actually. So I want to know from all of you, what's the worst thing you've ever done that you're comfortable saying, because me and Abby shared.
Your turn.
Would you be able to forgive someone that did something like that in high school and told you, and it came out later on and they didn't choose to tell you? Are you on my side of the boat where I'm like, people change, I'd think give it 6 months, I'd be fine, or Abby's where you're freaking out?
Because I'm thinking of the movie
I know.
timeline.
Yeah.
You know.
So, and what else I want to know from everyone? Do you think Rachel's actually worse than Emma because she acted on it?
Yeah.
And did you like the movie? Basically, don't know. Comment this on Spotify. I actually want to see what people think.
Yes.
Sorry for all the spoilers. It's so funny because people probably listened through this, heard the spoilers. We've done such a good job of hyping up the movie. They're going to want to go see it now, and they know everything.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Surely they
everyone.
didn't listen.
Also, before we go, we have to do it on my radar.
Yeah. What's on your radar?
Famesick, Lena Dunham.
Yeah, new book.
Oh my
new
God.
memoir.
And we're going to do it for book club next month.
Yeah.
I love Lena Dunham so much. Don't care what all of you say. We're going to read her new memoir for book club next month. I'm so excited.
Yes.
What's on your radar?
Euphoриa's just started back up.
Beautiful.
Season 3, so we get it weekly, which
I don't know if I'll watch. I don't know if I'll keep watching. We watched it last night. Boring.
You were on your phone the whole time.
It was because it was fucking boring.
No, it was really good.
Yeah, Abby liked it.
I love you
I
for it,
thought
so.
it was.
But the reviews are low and people saying it's just Sam Levinson try not to sexualize your female characters challenge, but on a whole nother level. So
I actually didn't think that was the problem with it. I think the problem
not
was
this one, but I've seen some stuff that comes out later. So.
I mean, but the storyline is OnlyFans. I think Sam Levinson's a creep, but I think people dissecting the show as a representation of the director is like not. We always talk about this. It's not how you're meant to like be a critic of a show.
Yes, right. Well, we'll do some more. I'm going to make you watch more, so more episodes, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, I was fucking boring, and you can tell that the like cast's heart. Like Jacob Elordi was not good.
No,
acting in
it's
it.
not as good as the first two. But
Yeah, like when they're in high school, that's when they were in their peak.
yeah,
Anyway, we can't just expect everyone to stay in high school
in
forever.
high school.
High School Musical.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. We will see you next week. But before you go, don't forget to give us a rating, give us a review, subscribe to the newsletter.
Tell
follow
us about your thoughts on. Sorry,
go, fan.
Tell us about your thoughts on the drama. Really want to know.
And have a really good week. Bye,
Love you,
everyone.
bye.
Love you.